Hi everyone, I'm Lacey. I haven't done one of these videos for quite a while, but I felt kind of inclined to do it because I've been noticing a trend and I wanted to kind of put it out there, and I'm officially calling it like the after holiday slump. I think, even if you are not one who has like a traditional Martha Stewart kind of holiday, or you kept it much more low key, or you don't even participate in the holidays, it still seems like people are feeling the effects of kind of just being worn out and done. I think no matter what, even if you're not the most festivus person, in the store and the energy and there's lights and there's just always a lot of activities going around, people are hanging out with people, on and on. There's this like kind of lull after the holidays where we're all kind of worn out. Maybe our expectations weren't met and we're just running on empty. And I wanted to kind of point that out. You want to maybe check in with yourself. Are you feeling kind of sensitive, or that like people are more rude than normal? Maybe take a moment and say, like, how are my energy levels? Am I running on empty? Am I waking up still tired? Am I having a hard time getting motivated or taking care of myself? If you really answered yes to any of those questions, let's use this opportunity to figure out what's going on and how to address it. You don't have to keep feeling those ways. And while I think some of that's kind of normal, especially with our crappy weather where it's just gray all the time, there's still some things you can do to help yourself. So one thing I do is when I start to kind of notice a pattern, or that I'm getting more frustrated than normal, or my road rage is a little higher, I'm guilty of that. Or I just feel more like on attack or defensive mode, or even just I want to hole up and hide mode, I start tracking it. So one easy way I do that is just my planner from 1 to 10, 10 being super, super happy, energetic, like Disneyland happy. And 1 being, I can't get out of bed. I start tracking, because what I've normally found for myself is if I'm feeling blah, when I look back, I'm actually most days like a 6 or 7, when my recall would be like that I was a 3 or 4. So it helps me normalize it and go, okay, why on that day did I feel like it was lower? What helped me make that a 6? So it helps me remember some of the good stuff happening. It also reminds me to check in with myself about what I accomplished. And it takes literally seconds. So at the end of the day, I just write, a 4 or a 6 or a 10 or a 1. And I'm just kind of trying to explore what that's about. The other thing is I start looking at kind of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Am I getting enough sleep? Am I, one thing I think a lot of us are guilty of, if there's a lot of treats during the holidays, am I getting the right kind of food my body needs? And there's a lot of output of stuff. Am I putting stuff that's inputting? So am I exercising? Am I going outside, even if it's raining and crappy? Am I getting some breaks, or am I, zoning out and watching hours and hours of TV? While that feels good in the moment, in the long run, for me, that's not really energizing or helpful. So again, it's just these things like, what can I do to help myself, and how bad really is it? The other thing I've noticed is the, self-care. Am I taking that time to do the things that feel good for me? When I shower, am I just really present and smelling my soap? Am I feeling the warm water on me? Am I putting lotion on afterwards, or whatever your ritual is? Do I make myself that cup of coffee or tea and just really sip it and savor it? Or am I feeling rushed and have to go everywhere and do everything? Or am I just chugging it down and don't even care? Again, slow some things down, check in with yourself. And if you've done some of these things, you're noticing, wow, this is pretty, I'm more 4s or 5s. And I've been trying to do some of this stuff. I'm taking care of myself and it's still there. You might really want to consider that you might have seasonal affective disorder. I think a lot of people are really prone to it. It's really hard. We have very minimal sun, a lot of gray. So you might want to talk to your doctor about that. Look at those SAD lights. They're really affordable now. They don't have to have like this fancy thing. I think you can pick the light bulb up at Fred Meyer or even Home Depot. And then, also therapy can be helpful. And I just want to normalize. Sometimes just being aware of it happening is helpful. Life isn't just blah. The whole world isn't just blah. Sometimes it does feel that way. But maybe there's something else going on. So again, focus on where you're at now. be an explorer. Check in with yourself. How am I feeling? How am I doing? What do I have control over? Do some hierarchy of needs stuff. Make sure your basic needs are met, that you're sleeping, that you're eating it, that you're taking care of yourself, doing what you need to do for you. And if it's still present, then that might be, that next step. But again, if you're suffering from like post-holiday blues or just kind of that slump, check in, be kind, and, reach out if you need some help. Okay, great. Hope you have a great day. And again, I appreciate you listening through.